Alright, you little bitch. It's come to my attention that you don't know how to name and organize your files neatly on your computer, and frankly, that's a fucking disgrace. So I've taken it upon myself to make this little instructional video showing you how I organize my files, and hopefully that can help you stop being a stain on our society, both as an architecture student and just as a person, so pay attention. So the first thing we're going to look at is my documents folder, and there's a lot of folders there, I know, but the ones you need to be concerned with are the top two: individual and Syracuse University. These are the folders that you're going to dump all your shit into work-wise, at least until you get a job. So I would put little underscores at the beginning of them so they show up at the top of the list. That's a cool little trick. So if we go into my Syracuse University folder, the first thing that you'll probably notice is, oh, Wilson, you're only in your second year of architecture school, but you have folders for all 5 years. Oh, what do you? Fuck you. Maybe it's this weird sentimental thing where if I have all the folders laid out already, it serves as more incentive for me to stay in school. Did you ever think about that? Fucking whatever. The second thing is applications. If I ever apply to anything at Syracuse, all the applications are there, like my peer advisor applications there. Next, I helped a thesis student with his thesis last year, so all the photos and diagrams and shit that I did for that are in there. That's pretty cool. You should do that, by the way. It's pretty nice. The last thing is resources. So I have like 1,000 files of rendering resources, Photoshop resources, drawing resources that I just keep in there. But by the way, if you want any of that, come find me, because I have them and I have it on my external, and I can just dump that shit into your computer and it'll be really helpful. So if we go into my first year folder, you'll see that every semester, which is 2 semesters, have their own folder. That's pretty self-explanatory. Cool. Go into my second semester folder, and you'll see that every class has its own folder. Even if I didn't put anything in that folder, it was important to me to keep count of my classes, just organized. So we go into the most important folder, the studio folder, and every project has its own folder. And also, I was in Kyle Miller's studio last semester, so there were some extra credit papers that I had to write every now and then. Oh, and that last thing is a font, so don't worry about the font. Actually, I can tell you're probably gonna fucking worry about the font. Oh my gosh, it's gone. That's crazy that just happened. Whoa. So we go to my project 2 folder, and it's like, oh my god, so many folders. Oh, I can't even fucking deal with it. Oh, calm down. There are 2 conventions that I used for all these folders, so I'll show you that. The first one was file type. So whatever program that I use that file with. AutoCAD folder has AutoCAD files, Illustrator folder has Illustrator files, and so on. It's the main type of folder naming that I do. The second type is just collections of things that I had to do. I don't know. Like the renderings folder has renderings in it. The model photos folder has the raw photos that I took of my models, and then the nice model photos folder has like cropped and colorized and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and that last thing, I actually don't know what that is. So, shit, it's gone. That's crazy how that keeps happening for some reason. Okay, so go to my PDFs folder, and the ones that are boxed are the most important ones. Because I was like you once. I was a stupid fucking idiot who didn't know how to organize his folders, so I wasn't always consistent. But the ones that are boxed are the ones that are correct. So in this blank slide, I will introduce to you the concept of naming folders and files, and actually just files. I don't know why I said folders. So let's say that it's Valentine's Day 2020. So you have these numbers up here. The first 2 numbers correspond with the year, the second 2 numbers correspond with the month, and then the third 2 numbers correspond with the day. So that's just how that works. So let's say that this file is your thesis. So this is going to be your thesis. There you go. There now it's your thesis. So that's like the general thing, and that's and then you have the more specific thing, which is final presentation board. This can be like section, plan, rendering, whatever. But that's just the way that I do it. Just the more date, more general, more specific. That's just how I do it. So for example, this is my Illustrator folder and my PDF folder from this semester so far. So you'll notice that certain things correspond. The one that I'm going to look at specifically is the long section. So the long section Illustrator file corresponds to the long section PDFs, but the dates don't. So, shit. I apologize. That means that I opened the Illustrator file on September 9th, and then I opened the PDFs from that, or created the PDFs from that, the 11th and the 13th. So that's just how I did it. So there you go. The video's over now. Hopefully I helped you stop being just the worst. If you notice anybody else who can't name their files or organize their files correctly, you can either drop some fucking knowledge on their asses, or you can, I guess, just direct them to this video that handsome guy Wilson did. That's a pretty nice thing for you to say about me.